Welcome to That's So Us
with Ama
and Lo.
Join us every Friday as we talk about everything and anything.
From pop culture to mental health to life experiences.
Everyone needs a vent session, and we're ready to connect with you on so many levels.
Be ready to laugh and even cry. Grab some tissues and a drink.
And join us as we turn our 3 a.m. calls into this podcast. Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
What's up? I'm great. How are you?
Good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I do have this bad cough and it won't go away, so we love that.
Sounds like last time when
I know.
3 weeks in a row.
No, literally, if anyone has any recommendations of how to strengthen your immune system, let me know because help a girl out.
Yeah, I have no ideas. I know supplements,
know.
but I feel like there's other things, but I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
it also depends on how you eat, which is annoying. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the only ways I know. No other ways. Yeah, do you want to do your highs and your lows?
Sure. Well, that would be my low. It's my
True.
little cough. It's the worst thing ever. Highs. I'm going to see Beyonce.
Yes, did you do your nails?
Soon. Okay, so they're not finished.
Okay.
I'm showing the camera right now. But they're pretty similar to something that I've already done. But I wanted to do a chrome design on top, and I was waiting for this polish that I got, and they sent me the powder and not the polish. So I'm like,
can you use the powder?
I can, but it's gonna be more complicated.
So. What kind of powder is it? Because my nail girl uses
chrome
a powder.
Yeah, but I wanted to do a design, so it would have just been easier to do
with a polish. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But whatever, I'm really excited, and I also got this diamond bra top thing that came in, so it's gonna look so cute.
What are you wearing as bottoms? You were wearing a skirt and boots, right?
Skirt, boots, heels. My feet are gonna kill, but it's all for the outfit. And then this
you better take a picture.
100%.
You're going with your sister, right? And her friends.
Yeah, I'm gonna make her take it.
Yeah, we'll be waiting. 100%. All of us.
No, literally, I will post it.
Thank you.
I'm really excited. So
that's fun. Yeah. I don't really know what my low would be, to be honest. I don't really have any right now.
Good.
Other than maybe I actually do. I feel like sometimes I get in this headspace where I have such bad imposter syndrome, and then I'm thinking about everything I could do or I should do and all these things, and that's been happening recently. But whatever, that happens a lot. So that's that.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 highs. My first one is I was telling you this that I saw my friend from high school perform for the first time a few days ago. That was really fun and it was nice. But yeah, it was really fun to see someone that you've known since you were 13 on stage doing something that they want to do for a long time. And I haven't seen her since high school, which is crazy. But yeah, that's that. And then the second one is something that I wish you were here for, but it happens a week before you get, not even a week, 4 days before you get here.
Oh, God.
But I got invited to a premiere for a movie, and there's a whole a red carpet and an after party and everything. I know.
Stop. Oh my God, wait,
that's
be so exciting.
It's there's this film festival in Montreal called Fantasia, and it's the week before you get here, and they're premiering it there. So it's gonna be fun. I don't really know what to expect. Thank God I can bring a +1 because I'm dragging Chris there because I'm I can't go there alone and it's stressful. But yeah, that's gonna be fun. It's my first film screening, and it's a horror movie, so that's up my alley.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be fun.
That's so exciting. Yeah. Do you know what you're gonna wear?
No. I asked them, I'm what's the dress code? And they're what you would wear to a TV a movie screening. I'm okay, but what does that mean?
You're this is my first one.
Yeah, what does it mean? Does it mean casual? Does it mean you have to they didn't give no context, so I don't know, but we'll see. I might go
well, I'm excited to see
business casual vibe. So it's nice, but not too over the top in case it's not like that. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah,
that's so exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. So the card today is, what is your favorite self-care ritual?
I love taking baths. So I would say that's my number one, while also playing music.
Yeah. I
Those
feel like
two
a lot of people
things just
don't
like
take baths. Like whenever I say I take baths,
no.
people are like,
Like, are you a
ow.
child?
Yeah, but it's so
No,
relaxing.
it's literally so relaxing.
Do you like
I
put
love
like
baths.
bubbles or like anything, or you just like take a bath?
Bubble bath or yeah, the bath bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I've done like rose petals sometimes. And yeah, really just listen to music.
Mm-hmm. I feel that.
The vibe.
For me, it's like the exact same thing. And then like I would throw in journaling. I try and journal every night. Sometimes obviously
Hmm.
like it doesn't happen. But I feel like that's like a good thing that helps me. Even I feel like people associate journaling like you only journal when like you're going through it. But I think just like writing out whatever you're feeling, whether it's good or bad, like
Yeah.
is good. So I do that too.
Yeah. Cute.
Yes. Okay. And then last thing that we're gonna incorporate now is I thought it would be fun to like make a playlist on Spotify of like songs we recommend because we both love music and I feel like I don't know. I just like talking about music sometimes.
Yeah.
So we created a Spotify playlist that'll be linked in our Instagram bio. And each week we're gonna like add a new song to it. So what's your song of the week?
I would say my song of the week is Vampire
Mm,
by Olivia Rodrigo.
so
Even though
good.
it's like, I mean, it just came out. So, like, obviously everyone is obsessed, but rightfully so. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, lyrically, it just hits.
Yeah.
Melodically, it's beautiful. And then I love the music video with it too.
And I think it's funny that like everyone knows who it's about too. So like
No, literally. And then everyone's saying that, like, it sounds, or I guess the storyline is very similar to Madison's song,
mhm.
Selfish. It's about the same guy. So,
Yeah,
like,
screw
it's
him.
just funny.
Yeah, I know I like that song too. I'm gonna shout out one of my friend's songs, so then I feel like it just goes with what I was talking about.
Hmm.
It's called Rent Free, and then her artist name is Slim, so it's like SLM. And yeah, she's like more like rap alternative vibes, I think. So it's not like
Okay.
my genre that I listen to like every single day, but I think it's cool. And I
Yeah.
like to listen to her music when like when like you're getting ready to go out and stuff like that. It's like that type of vibe.
Okay. I love that.
So yeah, that's my
Cute.
recommendation. But yeah, you can introduce the topic this week.
Okay, so I feel like so many people, either like through DMs or in person, are always like, how do you like travel so much and how are you able to afford it? So I thought this week we would just talk about, I guess, tips and tricks of traveling and like
Mm-hmm.
traveling alone in your 20s. And I would say why you should travel alone in your
Mm-hmm.
20s because it's so fun. I love traveling so much.
Same.
And it's crazy because I wasn't the type of person before to like go places alone, but now I'm like, I'll literally go to like, I don't know, wherever, like by myself. I just enjoy my own company. And then like once you travel by yourself, you like get used to it.
Yeah.
But it's also like you meet so many people while you're doing it. And then you just make like so many connections.
Yeah. Do you want to start off by saying like some tips that you have and then like I can piggy off that? Piggy is what the fuck is the
Sure.
saying? Piggyback off? I don't know.
Piggyback off.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Yes. Damn, I kind of wish I had a list because I feel like
I
I
wrote
have
like
like a
one
lot of.
thing on my list.
Did you? What's your one thing?
And let me go look at it. I already forget it. No wait, I wrote two things. Okay, I wrote two things. I'll say
Okay.
them. So the first one is to spend less money on hotels because I feel like people like always think like you have to stay in like the like bougiest, nicest hotels. But like at the end
Yeah.
of the day, I feel like you're only really there to like sleep, get ready, and like well, at least in my case, that's it. So I feel like why
Yeah.
should I spend like $300, $400 a night? I'd rather just like save that and like either like you always say like save it for another trip or like I could
Yeah.
spend it on like other things that are like more important. And then my second one is something that I don't know if I agree with, but I hear everyone say it is like to like not check. I mean, I guess I agree with it. To like usually do carry on and not check a bag so you save money in there because it's so expensive. But
Mhm.
I hate doing that because I just overpack too much. But it's something that I'm like trying to learn to do.
Yeah. No, I got so good at doing that because my first Europe trip for Madison's tour, I took a checked bag and it was huge.
Didn't
And
it break?
every, yeah, like the wheels are just like too small for the bag. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, but you have to pay for a checked bag literally
Yeah.
on every airline. So it made it so expensive. I spent so much on that bag because we went
There's so
on
many
so many
places.
flights. Yeah. So I was like, next time I go to Europe, and it was just like really inconvenient to have to wait for my bag at the airport, and then also like having that risk of like it not making it or being lost. Um, and then also just having to like lug it around
Yeah.
everywhere. It was just so inconvenient. Um, and then on my second trip to Europe, I packed everything in a carry-on, which was way easier and so much cheaper. Like it cut down the cost so much because almost every airline in Europe, I think, allows you to bring a
Area.
carry-on for
Yeah.
free. But then also on the trains, you can get like a carry-on for free, whatever. So yeah, that's what I did. And it was so much easier. But I would say get packing cubes so you can fit everything in that and then put that in the suitcase. Um, but recently, I've been taking everything on a personal item,
I don't know how you do that.
just literally shoving everything in. I recently went to Aruba and I literally brought everything in one personal item.
I feel like I feel like for summer it's easier. Only because like
It
everything's
is.
lighter and stuff. Like I feel like didn't you go to
Yeah.
Europe? I don't know if both times were in the winter, like colder weather. So I feel like that's harder because
Yeah.
everything's thicker. But I still don't know. Like I don't know. I'm so bad
You
at
literally
it.
just have to like tightly
I
roll everything
know.
and then squish everything together. It's really hard, but like once you get like the hang of it, it's like fine. But yeah, I think during the summer it's easier because it's like bikinis and like
Yeah.
lighter dresses. But the winter time, I just made sure to like have one good solid winter coat and then I would wear that. Um, I also had my leather jacket, which like I literally that jacket holds so many memories because I wore it everywhere. But yeah, I think also planning your outfits in advance
Mm-hmm.
so you don't overpack.
Yeah, that's what I
Because
did.
every night for the concerts, I would have a new outfit. But then I would just like mix and match those outfits like during the
Yeah.
day, I guess. And then I would have like one or two like travel outfits that I would wear to like airports. So yeah, and then having a good pair of shoes, or literally, I think it was just like one pair that I took to Europe, low key, because I don't know, I didn't need
Yeah.
too many pairs. You just need one good like white pair, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my advice for like packing.
I have
Um,
no advice for
as for
packing.
no, you're like I
I'm so bad
overpack.
at it. Like for this Europe trip that I'm going on in like 2 months, I like have all my outfits planned already, and I actually have like
Hmm.
90% of everything. I just need to like get stuff when we go thrifting, but like I have everything. So I'm like, I don't need to bring
Yeah.
anything else that I haven't. Everything's pretty light. Like that aspect's fine. It's just like I don't know. I don't know. I just like don't know how to pack. I think like I just make things take up more
Yeah.
space than they need to. So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
figure that out.
Well, I can help you fold stuff. I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah. As for like flights and hotels though, going on like Google Flights and then searching up like the cheapest option is really what I do. Like I'm going on a cruise, for example, and my friends are flying a different airline than me, but it's because I paid, well, with my points, I paid like $66 for my flight. And normally I fly Spirit. I don't mind Spirit. Like normally
Honestly,
they get me where I
like,
need to be and it's
yeah.
fine. Also, this everyone complains about the seats, but like
How long's the
I like
flight?
not not long, like 2 hours I think.
Okay. See, for that, like, I don't care. Like, if I was taking like a 12-hour flight, then I'd reconsider because I'd rather it be comfy.
Yeah.
But like for 2-hour flights, like
It's really not even that
even
uncomfortable.
like
I know
five,
people
six
are like,
hours, like whatever. If
yeah,
it's more than that, then like,
yeah. No, people are like the seats are like cardboard. I'm like, there's the head part, it bends. So you don't even have to bring a neck pillow. You could just lean on that.
mm-hmm.
But people don't know that. Um, but yeah, literally I just get the cheapest option. And then I don't pack or I don't have a carry-on or a checked bag. I just use my personal item, which is free. So that's how I get cheap flights.
Um,
And then
okay, go.
go ahead.
I don't really do that, but see, the only thing is I'm kind of like my mom's best friend works at like Air Canada, so she always like gives me like a discount. Like that's how I get my cheap flights. I wish I like had the energy to work at an airport because their discounts are so good because they only pay taxes, so they pay like $50-$60.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, so if I had the energy, I would work there, but I don't. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that's how I get my like flights for like cheaper. Or like yeah, like tracking it. Sometimes I put on Google Flights, you could do like a tracker. So like when it goes down, it'll like tell you.
Yeah,
So I have that on when like I'm looking for flights. But yeah. I just try and like look for the cheapest thing. I don't like I know you
yeah.
like do like a lot of connections. I'm more open to it now, but it's
I
because
can talk about that too.
because I had one bad experience and it's ingrained in my head forever. So like I was
Hmm.
always like, I'm never doing connections again. And then when I went to Maggie in New York, I had no choice but to do one and like it was
Yeah,
fine. Like whatever. So I got rid of my like trauma from before. But like I think like if you're doing connections to like make sure there's like a bigger chunk of time because I feel like sometimes there's an hour only and that stresses me the fuck out because like if
yeah,
something is delayed, like you're kind of screwed.
yeah,
So like if you're doing connections to like make sure there's I would say like at least like 2 hours or 2 hours and a half.
yeah. I would agree, especially when you're coming from like an international
Hmm.
place, because then you have to go through customs and you don't know how long the line is and whatever. So just giving yourself time.
Yeah.
But literally, I will sleep at the airports. Like that's how crazy I am when it comes to like trying to save money. Also, it's because like if I land at like 11 p.m. and my flight the next morning is at like 5 a.m., why would I spend another $300 just to
Yeah.
sleep
For like
on a
3-4
bed when I
hours.
literally could sleep on the chair? Sometimes I don't even sleep. I'll just be on my phone, whatever, watch a movie, but I don't mind that.
Hmm.
I think that's just like what comes with traveling because a lot of people if you're going on like I don't know, like a vacation, like I get it, doing a direct flight. But if you're like traveling, especially like in Europe, like I would rather take a train or a bus that's $20 and sleep on it for like I did this. It was like I think a 14-hour bus ride.
Oh my God.
Then do like a I don't know, 3-hour flight for like 200
Yeah. I
because it's
mean,
like
and at the end of the day, like for
20 to
like to
200.
afford the whole entire trip, I think like you have to like
You just
do things
have
like
to.
that.
Yeah.
Like unless
No,
your
you
money's coming from
definitely
like
have to.
elsewhere, like thanks.
Yeah.
I know for a
I
fact
think
that like if we
also
go, like I'm not gonna be able to afford like $200-$300 flights like every 2 days. Like that's just like
yeah,
I would
no.
max out every like credit card I own.
Yeah. I think it's also easier to travel in Europe because
Yeah.
the buses, the trains, the flights are all so cheap.
And they're not like uncomfortable looking. I mean, I've never
Yeah,
been
no,
on one, so like I can't say. But like for my trip this summer, I think we're doing like 3 flights and like 4 trains or something. And like
mhm.
all of that was I think like less than 400 per person.
Yeah. The trains are fine. The flights are a little crowded,
Hmm.
but literally
Actually,
it's
no, I'm
good.
only doing 2 flights. I was
Mm,
counting the ones going there and coming home, but like those don't count to me.
yeah. But I think also just being open to traveling whenever, like, it's cheapest. Like,
Hmm.
if you put in where you wanna go on Google Flights and then leave the date as just, like, any time, it's, like, flexible, then it gives you, like, the cheapest, like, per day or per month or whatever, so that's, like, what I pick to, like, travel, like, those specific dates that are the cheapest. Um, so I guess, like, also, like, if you do wanna travel, just don't be picky about, like, when you're gonna go. Like,
Yeah, I
just
think
have an
that's like
open
easy
mind.
for some people and like I guess it depends your type of
I
job you
mean,
have.
it yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But I
it
mean, I can
does.
do that. So,
But if you're, like, down to, like, go and travel, just, like, that's what I would say is another
hmm.
little tip. Something else that, I personally don't have it, but my sister has it, you can open, like, a card. Well, I don't it's, like, per bank, I guess. I have Chase.
Mhm.
So it's like the Chase like Sapphire or something like that, and it gives you like a lot of different benefits.
Mhm.
Some of them being I think like points for flights and then also points for hotels. So like if you spend a certain amount, then you get more points, I
Okay, I have
guess.
that. I have 2 of
Um
those, but I never
yeah.
use them. Like, maybe I should, like,
Yeah,
use
and it
that.
gives you, like, access to, like, the airport
Mhm.
lounges. It's really nice, but you have to pay, like, a fee, obviously, every year, but I feel like it all adds up because
Yeah.
of the amount of benefits that you get. So I think the next time I travel, if I'm gonna go, like, to Europe, for example, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Um, that's what I'm saving my points for right now because, like,
Yeah.
so I like with Air Canada, because like, that's, like, the, like, main Canadian ones, like, that's what I fly to, like, LA with, New York, like, Europe and all that.
Mhm.
So they have this thing called Aeroplan. So, like, each time you, like, book a flight, like, you get points. Each time you take an Uber to the airport, you get points. Each time you, like,
Mhm.
you can connect it to your Uber Eats and, like, whatever, so you get points for that. You can connect it to Sephora. Like, you can connect it to, like, a lot of
Yeah.
things. So, like, I started doing that. Um, so yeah, I get points that way, and then, like, you have access to, like, lounges and stuff like that, and then you have access to, like, points to use towards, like, flights and, like, hotels and stuff, and then I
Mhm.
have a credit card with TD, which is, like, the bank that I use. I think it's, like, only Canadian. It's, like, a rewards one, and then, like, on there, I have access to, like, Expedia, like, discounts
Okay,
and
yeah.
stuff, and, like, other things, and I can pay, like so, like, for example, when I'm going to Paris, we booked it under my account because I was able to get, like, I think, like, $80 off the hotel, which, like, in grand scheme, it's not that much money, but, like, it's $80 less
Oh,
that I had to
yeah.
spend out of
No,
my pocket.
exactly. And
So,
it
like
adds up.
yeah, so, like, there's things like that too. So, yeah, I would definitely, like, look into that because a little goes a long way, I think.
Oh, 100%. Even if you don't have a card though, for, like, points wise,
Mhm.
still, just sign up for, like, whatever airline, 'ca and, like, make an account because you can still get points that way, like, I
Yeah.
just used my points on Spirit and I got, like, $20 off. So, like, it's still even if you don't, like, fly too often, I would say still make an account because like, it adds up
Yeah.
and it's helpful.
Mhm. And, like, I would use them
Mhm.
wisely. I wouldn't use it for things that, like, I don't know, just, like
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. Um, when it comes to credit cards, though, I would say, like, make sure, like, when you're traveling, you have, like, money set aside for emergencies. Even if you do put it on a credit card, like, make sure, I guess, you paid off, in time so, like, interest doesn't build on that. But, like, when I went to Europe the first time, for example, I lost my, passport
Mhm.
or someone stole it. I don't even know what happened, but I had to go to the embassy and get a new one. But I literally had to pay for a new passport. I had to pay for a new flight. I had to pay for the Ubers. I had to, like, pay for a lot. But, like, I had, like, an emergency, like, amount of money, like, set aside just in case. So I would say definitely have that
Yeah.
because if not, then you're screwed and you're stranded alone in Paris without a passport.
Yeah, that's
So,
insane.
yeah.
Also, like, the fucking conversion rate is, like, disgusting, like, at least for
Mhm.
Canada compared to, like, euros and stuff. Because like, basically what I'm doing is I'm converting some money so I don't have to use my credit card, like, every single day because I feel like that, like, adds up and, like
Mhm.
anyways, like, sometimes, like, the conversion takes a while, so, like, it'll like, sometimes it goes higher or whatever, so I'd rather just, like, have cash for, like, small things and stuff, but, like, I've been saving and I think I have, like, 500 Canadian or something, and it's, like, only 290 euros, and, like, that shit pisses me off because, like, where did
Yeah.
like, I hate it. I hate, like, losing
Yeah.
money, and, like, each time I went to the States, like, it's the same thing. It's just annoying. So I would say, like, to just look at that and, like, if you have to convert money to just, like, track it as well and, like, see when it's the
Mhm.
best time and, like, just do that. My bank has, like, a thing where I can, like, go on it and, like, say I want, like, 500 euros or something, um, I can, like, put it in and, like, order it that day and pick it up another day so that whatever number it's at then, like, that's what I'll get it at.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna do
smart.
that because I'd rather just have it at the lowest that
Right.
it is.
I would also say do it through your bank and not at the airport
Oh my God,
because
yeah.
they charge a lot more. Like, I was like, what are all of these fees? Because that was my first time doing it. So I was like, ugh, why didn't I
Yeah.
do this at home? But yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it probably in August and see all the money
Hmm.
that I saved be lost somewhere in the universe.
Oh, also when it comes to cards, make sure to call your bank before you go on your trips and tell them that you're going, like, especially if you're like international, like,
Mm-hmm.
'cause sometimes like when you travel internationally and you don't do this, then like your card gets frozen
Mm-hmm.
because they think that it's fraud.
Yeah.
So just make sure to call your bank because sometimes it does take like a while to like connect to someone and like talk and like work all that out. So just
Yeah.
like do it beforehand. I think that's all for like cards and stuff and financials.
No, I think we like
Um,
summed that up,
yeah.
I think.
I guess another thing would just be like make sure you're going and travel if you are traveling with someone, like make sure you know that person like very well or have like traveled
Especially if
with
you're
them
staying with them for like a
before. Like,
while.
yeah, just make sure you know the person. Like, and I know when it comes to like friendships, some people say that that's like traveling with friends. It's like that's when you know like if you're actually gonna be friends with that person because living with someone for even if it's like for 2 weeks is like very different than just seeing them like
Mm-hmm.
you know occasionally. Um, yeah, so just know who you're going with. I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
Trying to think of other points. I'm like,
I don't really know anything. I feel like I'm like once we get off, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, like I should have said
I
that.
know. I'm like, that's
But
why I'm trying to think really hard.
I think like also like if you're traveling internationally to like make sure like the plugs that they use there are like
Oh
to like get
yeah,
that because I mean I have like a converter that's like for Europe and Australia and not like I'm going to Australia anytime soon. But I feel like just to like check that because I feel like people don't realize or like even the voltage things because like
yeah,
some for example like hair products if you use it in like Europe or something if it's not like a certain voltage or something it can like break it. So I would like check all those things too.
yeah, 100%. I literally left mine at one of the air or not the airports, the hotels
I remember
in Europe.
that.
So yeah, I was in Dublin like running around trying to find one, and then I think I finally found one, but definitely have that
Yeah.
beforehand.
Okay, now I'm on Google, so like these are not my thoughts. But I agree with them. Someone said to make extra copies of your passport and important documents. I
Mm,
never actually done that, but I guess it's smart if you lose your passport.
yeah.
Um, it says read a book, like a read a history book. Like who's gonna do that? Okay, so I guess like if we move on, like it says to travel by yourself at least once. What was your
Yeah.
experience like the first time like you traveled solo and how old were you?
Honestly, I think my Europe trip was the first time. Well, that's a lie.
Mhm.
That was like my first time internationally. 'Cause like
Mhm.
I've been on flights by myself, especially like for life support tour in the States.
Yeah.
I went to from Chicago to Minneapolis and I flew by myself. But like, I don't know, I didn't think of it as like that big of a deal because it was in the States. But internationally, yeah, life support tour is also my first time. And I honestly was more excited, I guess, because of where I was gonna like end up
Yeah.
and what I was going for. So I wasn't really nervous. But I remember my mom being so scared. Well, in the moment, she was like, "I'm so happy for you. Like I've always wanted to do this. I'm kind of like living through you in a way." And like that made me like emotional. Um, but then whenever I came home from the trip, she was like, "I was so nervous for you, but I didn't want to say anything because I knew that that would like kind of like scare you."
Yeah.
Which I'm grateful she didn't say anything because I take my mom's opinion like super seriously. And so if she would have said something, I would have definitely been like, I don't know if I want to go, or like just
Yeah.
a little bit more anxious. Because you're like traveling by yourself, and like obviously, I don't know, for like girls, it's more like
Yeah.
risky and scary and whatever. And I'm so young, and yeah, like traveling to different like airports kind of scared me at first because I was like, especially if I didn't know the language of where I was going, I was like, "Ugh, what if I get lost or whatever?" Even in New York, I'm like, I don't like going on the subway because I'll get lost.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
but honestly, after you do it for like a while, it just like you get used to it. And I really never felt like lonely though. I feel like I've always had, whether it was like someone to text or someone to call
Mm.
or like a book to read or whatever, or a movie to watch, I've always been like, I don't know, just haven't been lonely
Yeah. I think the
ever.
first time so I've only like been to the States. Like I've never been, and Canada, obviously. I've never been like abroad, but like I guess the States for me is like international flights, so I'll just go with that. So first time I ever flew like alone by myself to the States, I was 17 or 18. And I was going to Playlist Live, which is like a convention for like content creators and stuff like that. And I was
Mhm.
going there and I was meeting people that I've never met in my life. So like that was kind of scary, only because I was like I was sharing a room with people like I didn't never met and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like a lot. Um, but it was fun. Like you said, like I think like for me, like the thing that makes me excited is like knowing what I'm going to places for. So like I
Yeah,
was never
exactly.
like stressed. I think the thing that stressed me out the most is the airports, like when I don't know where to go.
Mhm.
Because like I'm like really bad at directions and like a sense of like where to go. So like that was like the only like nerve-wracking part. But I'm also kind of naive, so I don't realize that like I'm like a young woman and like maybe I
Yeah.
should like watch my surroundings a little more. That's something I
Mhm.
only started like really realizing when I went to New York this year for Maggie. Just cuz like people in New York are kind of scary
Yeah.
and I was alone, like completely alone, like I didn't know anyone. I was supposed to know people but they didn't end up going. So I was just like by myself and like in line it was fine. It was like more so after the show. It was like I had to find my way back by myself and it was like dark and like there's like really creepy people there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess like just like being more like as a woman when you're traveling alone, like be aware of like your surroundings. I know it's
Yeah,
like
for sure.
people say that a lot, but like it's true because you never know like what can happen.
No, that reminds me actually, I was in Barcelona and walking to the show, I had to walk by myself and it was dark and there was like nobody on the street. Like it was really sketchy. And looking in the moment, I felt safe. I felt fine. But looking back at it now, I was like, that was like so stupid of me. I should have like Ubered or whatever,
Mhm.
like, because it was dark. I was a girl. I was wearing like the top was like backless. So, and I was wearing a skirt too. So I don't know. It was just like stupid of me, I guess, in the moment, but you live and learn, I
Mhm.
guess.
Yeah.
Because people are weirdos and creeps and you never know.
Yeah.
Scary.
It is. Even like people are just weird in general. Like I went to jazz festival the other day.
Mhm.
And like obviously like we're drinking and like other people are drinking too. But like this guy like came up to my face like really like I can tell you like I smelled his damn breath.
Yeah.
And like I don't even know what he said to me, but like I just didn't even realize he was near me. Like that's how like I just like I feel like sometimes I just forget to like look at my surroundings because I'm just like in the moment and stuff. But like
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh like maybe I should like look around me more a little bit.
Yeah. But don't let that stop you from traveling
Oh yeah, no.
because like I said, you get used to that feeling of just like being anxious, I guess, because obviously you're in a place that's unknown. Um and I don't know, if you're just always looking and knowing your surroundings, it's like you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine and it's so much fun and you meet a lot of people and you just experience a lot of things. And you experience a lot of different cultures too. You get to
Yeah.
try new foods and I don't know, it's really fun.
Yeah.
Also for concerts, it's so cool to see how different each country was with like concert culture
Me saying
cuz
yes, but I did never experience that.
Europe is so loud. Like the crowds are insane, especially I thought Spain was like so loud. Ugh, it was so much fun. I can't wait to
Love
go
that.
back.
Yeah, it'll be fun. At least you won't have to walk to the shows alone. Or
I
maybe you
know.
will.
Oh, if you leave me.
Imagine. Oh my God, that'd be so bad. That'd be the end of everything. The end of this podcast, the end of like everything.
I know. Honestly, yeah.
No, yeah. I guess like if we go, we can do like an updated like thing of this.
Yeah, I think also it's like every trip you go on, you learn something new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then something, I don't know, just like more helpful.
What's your like top 5 like next travel places that you want to go to that like aren't booked?
I really want to do Hawaii so bad. I've always wanted to go there. I want to go beach hopping in Italy really bad.
Ooh. We have to go. Well, I was gonna say we have to go back, but I didn't even go yet. But to that place I was
Hmm.
telling you about in Italy, that like is like 5 like different beaches within one city. I feel like
Yeah,
it'll
absolutely.
be fun. Like I'm
Yeah.
even excited to go there, and I don't really like the beaches, so yeah.
I would love to go to Greece.
Hmm.
That'd be fun. I know my dad's going
Ooh.
soon. I know. I'm trying to think of somewhere in the States that I would go. So I feel like I really just go to LA, New York.
I want to go to New Orleans. I feel like the music
That'd be
scene there
fun.
is like really big,
Yeah, yeah.
and they have a lot
Well,
of
I
like
really want to
jazz
go
bars
to
there.
Covington in
Hmm.
Georgia. Which now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like my cousin's from there. Like grew up there and I like
Maybe.
went
I
there
feel like
every
a lot of
summer.
people like go there. I mean, go there. I think a lot of people
Oh,
live there.
I lied. I think they're from Conyers or something.
I don't know anything. I just know
It both
Atlanta.
starts with a C, so I was like, I don't know. But yeah, that would be fun because of the Vampire Diaries.
I just want to get those drinks in like the blood bags. Like
The
that's
blood
it.
bags, yeah. There was one in like a restaurant in I think it was where was it? I think it was Dublin, I forget. But it was like that vibe, like
Mhm.
blood bags. Yeah, it was super cool. Where else? I think I want to go to Bora Bora, but like for my honeymoon maybe. So like we'll
Ooh.
save that for like
Mhm.
later. Later in life. What about you?
I also want to go to Hawaii, but like I said, my cousin lives there, so I would like
Mm,
go wherever they live, which I don't really know where it
yeah.
is. I want to go to Japan really bad.
Oh
I want to go to
yeah.
Singapore.
Oh, sorry, I want to go to Australia.
Yeah, same. Except, have you seen the spiders there?
Yes.
Like that's the only thing
Yes.
that scares me. But I want to like hold a koala.
I know.
Like,
Like see a kangaroo, like
yeah, I want to go there. But see, if I went to Australia, I would also go to New Zealand at the same time because they're right next to each
yeah,
other and they're both really
yeah.
far. Because I don't think Australia is a place I would go back to like many times, just because it's like
Hmm.
basically 24 hours of like being on a plane, and that's really
Yeah.
long. Where else? The New Orleans, like I said. Um, I want to go to Thailand.
Mm,
I feel like there's so many places. I also want to go to Greece because the food looks good and like everything's just so white and like looks aesthetic.
yeah, so pretty.
I think I have a list on my phone of places I want to go to. Maybe I should pull that up. Unless I deleted it. I have too many like notes. Okay, travel bucket list. I want to go to Bali,
Oh, yeah.
the UK. Um, I want to go to Iceland. I have
That'd be
Peru on
nice.
here. And
Oh my God, I
then
literally forgot of all of South Central America. I love that.
Um, and then my friend went to Ecuador, I think no, like recently, and her pictures look nice, so I would want to go there. And that's all that's on
Hmm.
my list that I haven't gone to yet.
My family's from there, so I would love to go there.
Have you ever been?
Um, no, I haven't.
Mm,
Also, like Brazil would be fun.
yeah, I
Yeah,
would never go to Brazil for a concert though. Like those people scare me. Like the fact that they're lined up like 2 months before a show, like that's
that's
scary.
insane.
That's a little
That's
too much for me.
insane. No, yeah. My days of lining up are long gone.
Same, especially 2 months in advance. I've never done that. I've never like thought about doing
How is
that.
that even possible?
They literally get a tent, okay?
Like they literally sleep out there
They
for two
sleep out there
nights?
and they alternate people. So like one like 1 or 2 days someone will stay there, and then the next day like that person will go like home and shower and then come back, and then like that's how they do it. Like that's so too much for what
That's so
reason?
crazy. That is crazy. Like,
Yeah, that's like too far
and I feel like,
gone.
yeah.
Like I
I
get
mean, I
it because
get
they
where
don't
they're
have a lot
coming
they don't have a lot of shows in Brazil. I get that. But
exactly.
it's
I was
like
just about to
why can't
say.
you do like a week is still excessive in my head, but like
Yeah.
why can't you just do a week? Why do you have to do months? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, we got lucky with where we live.
Yeah. Well, for the most part, even though like half the people don't come here anymore. But yeah. Like I don't have a concert until like October now, which is like
Mm,
relatively not even that far. But like I'm just like not used to that because I feel like everyone I
yeah.
liked went at the exact same time. So now it's like getting dry.
Yeah, after Beyonce, I don't think I have one either. People need to go on tour.
I feel like next year is gonna be busy. So like I'm okay. I'll
I
just stick to the two
know.
that I have now and then like
That's
save my
actually
money.
true. Save my money, yeah. We'll see.
Anything else we should say?
I don't think so. We can end it
Yeah.
unless you have anything else.
No. Probably I'll think about it later, but no, not right
Yeah.
now. I think like at the end of the day, yeah, like just do what you want. And like I used to think like, oh, I have to find someone to like go to certain places with, but like I can also just go by myself. So
Yeah.
don't be like
And it's
scared.
not, yeah, even like when it comes to like in your hometown, like go to the movies by yourself or like take yourself out to dinner, like
Oh my god, I
whatever.
can't
It's
do
like,
that.
no, or like
No, I
start
think, but like,
there
yeah,
so that
yeah.
you could travel
See, I
alone
can't
and
do
it'll be
those little
easy.
things, but I can travel alone, which is like weird, but yeah. Like I've never been to a movie alone. My boyfriend has, and he always talks about it. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't go to the movie alone. I can't go to eat out alone. I can go to coffee shops alone though, so I guess like that's something. But like other than that,
Yeah.
like I can't.
Well, one time I went to eat out alone and people thought, well, not people, the waitress thought
You
that
got stood
I
up.
got stood up. So I was like, nope. She didn't say anything, but she was
Like the
like
vibes.
extremely nice to me. She's like, "Oh my god, are you okay?"
Oh
Like
my
when she got to
god.
my table, she asked that. I was like, yeah."
That's so funny.
But yeah, I would say start there and then I don't know.
Yeah,
It's so much fun though.
it is. And I feel like it's just like I feel like when you travel, like you like remember like most things for like a long time.
Hmm.
So that's nice. And it's
Yeah.
just like you were saying before, it's fun to like experience different cultures and yeah.
And just creating new memories like outside of your hometown
Hmm.
or where you grew up.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Yeah. Do you have like okay, I mean I know we're ending it. Do you have any like future plans other than you said you were going to the Bahamas and then you were going to
Hmm.
Atlanta?
Hmm.
I don't even know if it's Atlanta, it's Georgia. Whatever. After
It is
that, do you have
Atlanta.
any other plans?
Um, like already set?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Okay. Me either. I feel like winter, like I don't like depends. I hate like going places when it's cold.
Yeah.
Or like I know like a lot of like
True.
places in the winter it's like hurricane season and stuff, which
Hmm.
like I don't want to go places when it's like that either. But
No, yeah.
yeah, I don't think I have anything after Europe.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hopefully we can plan something.
We should go to New York in the winter so I could see the fucking tree.
Yes, I'm so
That was
down. I
very
want to do it so
aggressive.
bad. But yeah, those were all the tips and tricks we have. Hopefully that was at least a little helpful.
Yes.
And we'll definitely keep you guys updated if we learn something along the way,
Yes.
something new.
Yes. Okay, well, thanks for listening. Follow us on all our socials and uh, follow or subscribe to the podcast and leave a review.
Review, yep. You know the drill.
Yeah. That's it.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.